Good morning, Real Fam. Welcome to the Morning Glory. It's so good to be back. It feels so amazing. I've missed engaging with you. I've missed waking up every morning and coming to you. I know that it has only been a few days since I was not able to go live for the Morning Glory. But I appreciate your support and I appreciate the love that I got from you when I was going through the most. And as much as I tried to still show up, unfortunately, a lot of things started happening and I just couldn't keep up and maintain, being here in the morning. But I do appreciate your love, your support, and thank you so much. I am stronger, and I believe that with your support and with all of your engagements, I'm honestly feeling super amazing. And knowing that you have other families on the other side, it feels so great. I call you family, guys. So if you're part of the Real Fam, you're part of this channel, know that you're part of my family, okay? You and I are family, and that's how we are, that's how it is, and it's not gonna change. And I appreciate you so much, and I love you, of course. All right, so it's another day, it's another week, and I'm excited about this week. I'm always excited, actually. I'm always excited about a brand new week. I'm always excited about what's about to happen. I'm always excited and look forward to just about every moment in my life, because I believe that life is a blessing. Life is a blessing. The fact that you were able to wake up and really be able to open your eyes, be able to see the sun shining outside like it is right now. It's so shining outside right now. And you being able to breathe, that on its own is just super amazing. And it can only be God's amazing blessing that we are able to breathe. We are able to really appreciate the nature of what he has provided us. His glory is just super amazing. All right, so what are we talking about today? So today's conversation is around journaling and reflecting and taking action, and also pausing. And I put it in that order where I said pause, reflect, journal, and take action. So this is the order that I thought about, and this really was inspired by one of the YouTubers that I follow, and I think I've subscribed to their channel. And what's her name again? Oh my word, I'm so bad when it comes to channel names, but excuse me, but I will tell you some other time. So this lady had shared a video at some point, and she did mention this point that you must pause, reflect, journal, and take action. So that really stood out for me, and I won't lie to say this is just my idea. I came up with the idea. No, it was inspired by her, because that's where I got to find out first. I got to find out from her channel. So I remember I even noted it down on my journal at some time. Yes, this is it. Ooh. This journal, by the way, is full. I have another one that I have to use. So this is what I had. I hope you can see. So I was making notes. So guys, when you create YouTube videos, just know that some of us are making notes because we are inspired. So I wrote it down here, and it says pause, reflect, journal, and act. So that really got to me. It got to me, and I felt like, let's talk about that, because when someone motivates you, or when you get some kind of inspiration from other people, what am I dropping now? When you get some kind of inspiration from other people, getting inspiration doesn't mean that you have to now do or say whatever that they were saying, but what it basically says is that you can find your story within the kind of conversation that they're talking about or the kind of topics that they're talking about. So that for me, it was, a point where I realized that having to pause, reflect, journal, and of course, action is very important. And that order is super important. And that's what we're going to break down today. So let me greet all of you guys. Good morning, Trifina. Thank you so much for joining, my queen. I love and appreciate you. I'm back. I've been away for a few days, but I'm back, and I'm so happy to be back. Hello, Life with Leonard. Yes. Good morning. I hope you're having a good morning, and thank you so much for joining my live videos. And thank you so much, Leon. And of course, you Leonard. Sorry, I said Leon. Leonard, thank you so much for the great wishes, what the words of comfort when I was going through the most. And of course, you, Trifina, as well, you did wish me well. And yeah, the words of comfort really made me strong, guys. I don't want to lie. I am stronger, and I feel so much blessed. I'm at peace as well because I really got to celebrate a queen. I really got to celebrate the blessings that we got, because when you think of a grandmother or someone who has been there for the longest time, it makes me realize that if my grandmother wasn't there, my father wouldn't be there. It means that I wouldn't be here as well. So there's just so much blessings, and I just can't help but just be grateful. And when I look at or just take a moment and reflect on what's happening around us, and when we look at the people around us, I just get to appreciate the fact that, what? God is grace, God is love, God is grace, and wow, we can never get enough of his glory, because there's just so much blessings that are happening in our lives, and we just have to always have a moment where we see that. Anyway, we are not there, right? I just wanted to just send my gratitude. And of course, if you're watching this after the live and you did send your words of comfort, I appreciate you and thank you so much. I am back and I can smile. And this is not because the pain is all gone or anything, but there's a sense of peace. And where there's a sense of peace and where there's God, we know that when you are under his shadow, you are really protected, you are safe, you are healed, and all of that. All right, so I think I should type down our conversation for today, which is pause, reflect, reflect, journal. Sorry if my screen is moving, I'm typing. Journal and take action. So that is our topic for today. Pause, reflect, journal, and take action. So before we start, let me just say to you guys, if you have watched a video that I did with the author of this journal, Nomvula, you might want to go and check it out. So I finally got my prayer journal, and it's super amazing, guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the website is called Timeless Wisdom, in case you would want to go and get it yourself. It's just super amazing. You get to, I got it like on Thursday morning. So I must say, if you can consider getting it, it will be great. So when you journal, I think having a prayer journal on the side and having like your gratitude journal works perfectly. So this came to me at the very best time. Present. Hey Tenji. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to be back. It's so good to officially be back. Hey, you know what? It's super good. Welcome. So like I said, guys, today's conversation is really about pausing, reflecting, journaling, and taking action. Now, when we start on the word pause, so pausing means that we are aware that life is on the move. Life is on the move. Every day we wake up, we want to achieve our goals. Every day we wake up and we want to go and get that coin. Every day we want to wake up and make things happen for our lives and to better our lives, which is super amazing, super great. And of course, it's like we have this routine that is built that every day we know it's a Monday, it's a new week. You probably want to make sure that whatever that you do this week, you're going to get either more money from what your business or whatever that you're working on, or you're going to make sure that you work on those tasks that you've always wanted to work on, or you are just continue on where you left off from last week and all of that. So the whole point of this conversation is to really say that yes, it's okay, and I love the drive, and it's good that you are intentional and you have everything going. You want to wake up and make things happen. You know, life is just busy. Some have kids, and then you know when you wake up, you have to take care of your kids, check if everything is sorted, school, everything. Like there is just so much that is happening in a day, just in a day. Imagine, like, actually not in a day, in an hour, like everything is busy. Right now, if you can go on the main road, you'll see cars going up and down. Things are busy, guys. And I must say, really, this means that life can be so busy and we really need to make time to pause. So let me read a comment before we proceed. Please consider creating your own prayer or wisdom journal that will be more relevant to us. Start working on it now or for next year. Oh wow. Okay, no, thank you for that. I think I will work on that. I will work on that. And I remember I once went to this event. I was speaking at that event, and after doing like a motivational, inspirational talk, as I'm a public speaker, of course, on the side, I remember asked questions like, when are you creating your book? When are you writing your book? And I was like, it's coming soon. I have the rough sketch of it, but I think, you know what, having to produce something like a book, a journal, yes, I can work on that. I mean, a prayer journal, wisdom. I love the wisdom journal more because I think I'm stronger on wisdom. I'm stronger on prayer, but prayer for me is more sacred. And as much as I can share prayer with you, I think it's more sacred to me. So I would excel more in delivering on a wisdom journal. So I like that. So I feel like with the book, I remember when I was asked to actually get the book, whatever, write the book and everything, and I was like, no, it's gonna come soon and everything. And I'm actually glad that I didn't just write a book, because my life on its own is a book. I already have chapters, and I feel like if I had written that book then, there would just be so much. I don't think I was ready. So right now I can maybe sit, like now we are pausing and reflecting. Maybe I can reflect and say, you know what, I can have 100-page book and or 200-page book and talk about 1, 2, 3. But anyway, thank you. I'll consider that, my queen. I'll consider that. Now, where are we? So in terms of pausing, guys, I think it's very important for us to tone down the noise in the world, to tone down the things that are happening around us, and to really have a moment to self, have a moment to yourself. And this past weekend, I had a moments to myself. Busy as this weekend was, being busy helping out family, preparations for my grandma's funeral and all of that. Busy as the weekend, the week was, there was just so much moments where I paused and just thought about life, thought about just everything that is happening. And I think we need to do that in life. We need to have a moment where we really pause and reflect. We really pause and start thinking. When you pause, you get to listen to yourself. When it's busy, you're going up and down doing this, your mind is overthinking and all that. You don't get the time to just have a moment and just ask yourself. Like, listen to yourself, listen to your heartbeat, listen to your brain, listen to the pressure. Even if your mind is tired, just to listen to it, just to listen to it. And sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy because everything is moving, and it's not easy for you to even think about that moment where you just have to, have a pause in your life. But I feel like we all need to have that moment. And pausing also has an advantage of you somehow reflecting on each and everything that is happening and helping yourself to really put things into perspective. Your thinking, your thoughts, and the things that are happening in you, that are happening in your life. And okay, let me pause. I'm off to a meeting, Thabi. We'll catch up again sometime. Thank you for another awesome conversation. Stay blessed. Thank you. Thank you so much, Leonard. Thank you so much for joining. Have a productive meeting, and may you have a productive day ahead. Much appreciated. So having that moment where you pause, guys, it's very important. So let's find it in ourselves to really pause and really think about our thoughts, think about things that are happening, and reflecting now. That is where we're going to get in to say that when you pause, you get to have a moment where you start reflecting. And reflecting, you really look at the things that are happening, and you really try to make sense of it all. And sometimes, after a year of doing things, right now we are just 2 days from the end of March. And one of you or one of us here might have said that, I had set goals that when 2021 starts, by the end of a month or two, I want to have achieved 1, 2, 3. And this is the time maybe to reflect and ask yourself, or to check, were you able to achieve certain things that you said you want to achieve? Were you able to do certain things in your life that you wanted to do? And reflecting really also helps you to keep track of where you are and where you are actually going, and how you are actually being accountable for the things that you said you were going to do. Let me greet another queen here. Good morning, Pindi. I missed you. Good morning, Real Fam. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to be back, and it's good to have you. And thank you so much for the great words of comfort, Pindi. I really appreciated that. All went great, and I'm feeling amazing. And it's all because of you guys for being there and just really helping me to be strong, to keep strong. So thank you so much. Now, we are talking about pausing. Now we are on reflecting. And what I'm saying about reflecting, just to continue where I was, you might have had plans for 2021, and you might have had short-term goals and long-term goals and everything. And right now, it's almost the end of March, and it's, there's never a good time than now to really reflect and actually see if the things that you're doing are actually on track. There's no better time than now. It's one thing to think about something now and not even apply it, and then later in the year you realize that, shucks, I should have paused and really reflected and fixed where I was, or just to check how things are going. All right, let's greet another queen. Good morning, Sibu. Thank you so much for joining. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing good this morning. Tenji says, a very good morning to you. Oh, good morning indeed. Thank you for that. So when it comes to that point of reflecting, like, think about it. You probably, this time is actually the right time for you to start reflecting. You don't want to wait until it's too late. You don't want to wait for the end of June, the end of September. And you know how it is, guys. Like, most people, all of us have had those moments that when the year starts, I want to start saving more money. When the year starts, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then when the year ends, you like, hey, you know what? When this year began, I actually said I wanted to do 1, 2, 3, but I never got to do it. So that's why I'm saying that right about now is a good time to reflect. And I feel like each and every month should be you should make it a point that you set time aside to really reflect on what's happening in your life, be it in your business, be it in your family, and all that. And especially if you have goals that are set, if there are things that you wish to do, it's very important, guys. Like, we don't want to really live our lives without really thinking of what's happening where we are. And I avoid talking a lot about the pandemic that has happened in the world, but it is so true and it's so relevant that I also pointed out to say that we are aware what the pandemic did. It taught us so many things, and it taught us that this moment right here is very important. This moment right there is very important. And in my language, Setswana, there's this saying that says, "Ditlamelwana tsa pula di bankanya go sa le gale." So what that means is that preparation is the best option, and preparing on time is better. So what that means is that you really need to consider preparing yourself for just anything that's about to happen. So how you live your life today should really inspire tomorrow. I hope you understand what I'm saying. What you do or how you live today should really inspire tomorrow. The efforts that you put today should be an indication of where you're going. So meaning you don't want to wake up each and every day of your life just starting out life and just living just for the sake of living. You must have a purpose, and you must make every day count. You must make every day count. If it means that by the end of the 8 hours that you have in a day for you to consider putting an effort, be it in work, and I think I want to refer more on you at work or something that you can do for yourself to really better your life. And the truth is, to better your life, it doesn't mean that you just have to sit and pray to God and just hope for God to do things and you are sitting not doing anything. What I mean is that when you pray, when you ask for certain things from God and ask for whatever that you want and pray for direction and everything, there has to be an effort that you put in. There has to be something that you do. You can't just be relaxed and expect that God will just bring manna from heaven and bring money on my table, bring food on my table. Yes, we shouldn't worry about what tomorrow will bring. We shouldn't worry what we're gonna eat tomorrow. But the fact that God helped us or gave us the ability to think, the ability to do things, the ability, like whether you have hands or you don't have hands, whether you have legs or you don't have legs, there is something that God has gave you that you can do about, like that you can do and use. I mean, Nick Vujicic, is it Vujicic? I hope I'm spelling his surname right. He has no limbs, and I think I have the book here. Let me check if I do. I actually do have, but I'm not sure where it is. I'm gonna try to find it quickly. Please bear with me. I'm trying to see if I can get his book. Oopsie. Yes. This guy right here. Nick Vujicic. Yeah, Vujicic. I think it's Vujicic. So he has no hands. He has no, like a man with no, like your life without limbs. Like he has no legs. He has no hands. But if you can look at his life, he has a beautiful family. He's doing amazing. He is just doing amazing things in this world. He speaks across the world. I mean, things that, like places that you wouldn't have thought that a person without hands and feet would go to. But now it brings me back to the question that, like, if I'm saying that I wouldn't think a person with legs and hands can actually do that, what do I mean? What do I really mean? So it's a correction also to myself to say, you know what? God has blessed us with the mind. There are some people that don't have ears, but they can see. And there's something that they can do as they see. So like there is something special about you in your life. There is something special. So like this is an inspiration from someone who doesn't have legs and hands, but is doing amazing. So how many of us are complaining? And yesterday on Tenjiwe's live, I joined her. And by the way, we're gonna start having like live sessions, especially to talk about YouTube tips, things that YouTubers should consider, and just to have conversations around content creation, especially linking it to how all countries can merge and how, you know, differences, like for example, Tenji at the moment, she's in UK, and she can share with us more options on how things are happening that side in terms of, you know, content and in terms of obviously viewers and all that. So even South African viewers, because the thing that we were pointing out is that we have a problem that South Africans don't really support other YouTubers or YouTubers. Some do, some have specific ones that they support. Some are afraid to actually be on YouTube because the word subscribe is a problem. They think that, hey, my money is gonna go away and all that. So I was just highlighting that you can expect such conversation. So my point is what my point really is. Hey, English, ne? But we learn and we move. So my point is, you can't really say you can't do anything, and you can't limit yourself, and you can't just be folding your hands. I mean, we are blessed. Some of us, if we are all here and we have hands, we have legs, we are so blessed. Someone who doesn't was able to even write a book and make money out of it, and obviously share his story as an inspiration to us all, you know? So that's my point, guys. Let's really work on finding ourselves and really finding our true self and being able to reflect. It is very important to reflect. And I think before I go to journaling, okay, but I think we can get into journaling because I think my story will relate to reflecting and journaling. So I'm on the right track. So let me read a comment before. Sibu says, very excited about that Sunday live, ladies. I'm super excited too. It's going to be super awesome. We really need to do this, guys. And this will not just be me and Tenjiwe. Even if you guys, Sibu, Pindi, Leonard, whoever who's here, if you feel like you have some input, we can really share links and then have this kind of conversation. All of us, we can do that. Like, there's no problem. We can really all do that. All right. So let me get to the journaling point. I mean, we know that, guys, we have journals. We all have journals. We all have gratitude journals. We all have prayer. Well, I have a prayer journal. If you don't, anyway, we all have journals, and a majority of us have journals. Some don't, and it's okay. But I think journaling has just there's something powerful about journaling and putting down your thoughts. It's super amazing how when you put down your thoughts, you can really feel so good. I think it's so good that I'm closer to my bookshelf, because I'm really able to speak and even reflect. So if you pay attention to my videos, I've spoken about this little diary here that a couple of years ago when I was in high school, I got into a shop and bought a magazine. And the main reason why I bought that Fair Lady magazine was mainly because there was this free diary in it. So that's the main reason why I bought it. And little did I know that this little diary will really change my life. So I think for the sake of the conversation of today, we can call this a journal. We can, my little journal, so that it flows into the conversation that we are really talking about today. So I'm talking to you and I'm looking at this. I'm looking at my journal, and if I can tell you a little story about this journal, and you can see that it's been there, like it's been there. It's not bad. I love taking care of things that are very valuable in my life. So, but obviously, there are times where you really cannot take care of it anymore. Get you? I mean, thank you. Says, English never loved us. English never loved us. We love it, but it never loved us. But we move. But we move. So you can see that it's still taking. Now, if I can share a little story about this. So when I got this journal, what happened was that for everything that I went through in life, because I mean, as a teenager, there's so much that we went through. I went through a lot, guys. I believe that we all have a share of life of the things that we went through. And I always say this, that my problems are not better than yours. My problems are not bigger than, they're not more of a priority than you or something like that. Problems are problems. Circumstances are circumstances. Whether I went through the most in my teenage life and you didn't, or you had only one problem, the fact that the problem was there, or there was just something. And obviously, as we grow, we experience things, we learn things, and this was my go-to place. This was even before I could even consider speaking or being a motivational speaker at the time. Like, this was before all of that. So what would happen is that if I'm feeling something, or something has happened, or I feel troubled by something, I would write it down, guys. I would write it down. And what used to happen is that every time when I write something down, I made sure that I had a solution. So often I would have a problem and put a solution after that. So that's what I used to do. So it was that question of, okay, so this is what you went through, and this is what's happening. Now, after saying all of that, like, okay, I can't really show you, but there's just so much. After going through all of that, I would now ask myself, okay, how can I solve this? So I always wrote down something that I'm going through and tried to find a solution. And I believe that that was motivation on its own. The fact that I could do that was motivation on its own. The fact that I could have a moment where I can even think of a solution, even when I'm going through something, it means that it was a good thing. And journaling, coming back to the word journal or journaling, it is very important for us to put down our thoughts. And sometimes putting your thoughts down does not mean you have all the answers, but it means that you are putting down your feelings or how you feel or what you're going through or what your thoughts are. Sometimes really journaling is not about something, an experience that you might be going through or something that is painful. No. It can be just something that it comes into your mind, positive thoughts that are on your mind or things that you wish to do. It can just be anything, but it can be very positive. Tenjiwe says, we need more SA YouTubers to work on audience development. It will be beneficial to all of us. Yes. I love it. And I love that topic. It's already a topic, audience development, YouTube audience development in South Africa. Yeah, we're going to say that. I think it's already a topic that we can use. So yes, most definitely. Now, let me tell you a bit of a story. And this is, okay, it's not going to be very much into detail, but I think it's just maybe a testimony of how journaling really helped me as well. There was this other time where, when we are four at home. I'm always, that one who's the strongest and all that. Like, I'm always that one. I've always said that I'm the chosen one in my family. That one who always wants to check if everything is going right and all that. So I used to be, I'm the strongest. I would say that I've been the strongest in the family, or, I chose myself, or I believe that God chose me to be the change that I want to see in my family. So be it when it comes to my siblings, to my mom, my dad, like family, I would really go and do whatever just to make sure that I'm able to do something for family. Now, I got to a breaking point at some point. And this happened, I think, I think it's been 2 years since it happened, or a year ago. I think it happened in 2019, early 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But it hasn't been that long because I can even think about it immediately. So what happened was something happened, and what happened was not something that huge. It involved something happening in our family. Yes, something needed to be done, and I was here. I couldn't do 1, 2, 3. I couldn't be there and all that. And usually when something happens and then I get a call that, okay, this is happening. Can you 1, 2, 3? Can you do what? I would jump in and just do something. But that time, that little thing really got to me, and I got to a breaking point, to a point where I cried, and it was so painful. So what really that means is that even the strongest break. So I want us to be realistic about life, to say, even the strongest people break. You might be here, you might be the strongest in your family, you might be the strongest for your kids, for your loved ones, you might be the strongest for in every part. You might be the strongest at work. You as a boss of the company, or a manager, or what, you might be having everything under control, but there's a time where you get to a breaking point. And I didn't understand why that was happening, because I was like, no, I'm always the strongest and have everything figured out. So why am I breaking? But later, I realized that even the strongest break. I want to do a video on depression. I didn't fall into depression, but I believe that there are incidences in my life that were signs that if I, allow certain things to just keep rolling on my mind or entertain things that I was going through, I would actually fall into depression and anxiety and all that. So it's so difficult when you are the strongest and you reach a breaking point, and the people that always look up to you being strong, they still expect you to be strong because they know that you're strong. They are not even worried. They know that, okay, that is our strength. Like that right there, she's our strength. And it becomes so hard and difficult because you get to be in a lonely place. You get to be now a loner for some moment because no one understands that you are also breaking and you need that support, even that tap to say you'll be okay, stop stressing, don't worry, something like that. And you can't blame them because sometimes that things that we have to look at in life is that when an incident happens in your life, it doesn't mean you have to blame someone or there's someone that you have to put accountable for something. So this is something that I wish for all of us to take note of, to say, when something happens in your life, it's not always the case of who do I blame, who do I point this out to. No, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if certain things involve people and everything, it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't think of it that way, because sometimes what they know is not what's happening, what at that moment, and what they are used to. And it's like a habit. When someone is used to something, when something happens and something unusual happens, it becomes a shock. It's the same thing as if you've spoken to me today and you see that Nthabi is actually okay. She's doing great. She was talking and all that. And the next thing, tomorrow, I try to speak to you. My voice is now cracking, and then you wonder, but yesterday you were fine. Or maybe tomorrow I'm weak, I'm not okay. And then you wonder, but she was just okay the other day or yesterday or a few hours ago. So such things happen. So we need to look at it that way, that, if something happens to you, sometimes it's fair for us to say that they are not aware. But now, how do you better the situation? You better the situation by actually making them aware of what you're going through. So let me read a comment. Sibu says journaling can be something you can do as a family if you have children. Writing down all the things you are grateful for. That is actually beautiful, honey. That is beautiful. I like that. And I think it would just be great. Well, when God blesses me with our kids, of course, I'm definitely going to be journaling with them. Trust me. Thank you for that. And by the way, you just reminded me that I have to buy my sister 2 journals, the prayer journal and just the other journal, because I also want her to journal and everything. Actually, I'm going to buy for all my siblings. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. I know a YouTuber family that does that. What? Adana and David family. What do they do? Do they do the YouTube videos? I mean, what YouTube support? Okay, I think I'm lost. What do they do? I'm not sure. Was it a conversation of us doing YouTube videos in terms of how we can develop each other as YouTubers? Is that what they do? So I'll check them out. If are they called Adana and David family? If that's the name, I'll check them out. Thank you. I keep coming in and out. Oh, Pindi. Okay. No, that's not a problem, my queen. What I mean, is it network or you busy? I think the issue is that we neglect. Okay, let me come to this one. So if you're busy coming in and out, it's fine, my queen. If you are able to come in, I appreciate. if you are busy working or multitasking, listen, I appreciate. Let me read your comment. I think the issue is that we neglect the importance of self-care and mental health care. Yes, ma'am. It's quite crucial that one should take time to recoup. I totally agree. Pindi. And self-care and mental health care is super important. And I really truly agree, because things like depression, anxiety, they are developed from not really taking care of self and your mental health. And when you're saying this and when you're talking about mental health, and I think of how we really had our mindsets or our thoughts by really allowing things that really hurt or mentally abuse us, because we are concentrating on certain things that are probably negative things that are not right and all that. And our thoughts really needs to be clear. We really need to find a way to think better, to care for ourselves better, and to understand that there are things that, as much as they can be what they can be bad or stressful and everything, it's important for us to say that, what, I don't have control of this. It's hurting me, it's troubling me, but I don't have control of it. So if I'm going to stress about it, it means that the entire day I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stress all day and not achieve even the things that could actually help me to get over this. So I truly, truly agree with you. Self-care and mental health is very important. Thank you so much for that. Some of the reasons why we neglect our mental health and emotional status is because society deems you weak when you break down and when you take time to recover. Oh God. Sis, the society issue. Can I drink water? The issue of society is a problem. The issue of society is a problem because we really fell into the trap of looking at what's happening in the world and allowing people to dictate how we should live our lives, to allow the society to tell us how we are. So it's like we are allowing the society to tell us when to wake up, how to wake up, what to do in the morning, how to do it, and all of that, how to live our lives and all of that. And this is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. And it goes back to also saying that as a person, you have to understand that what happens in society or social media, it's really not affecting you in any way unless you allow it. Nothing that you don't allow in your life will affect you. So whatever that you allow in your life, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your heart, that is what will affect you. So I think that's something that we also need to really look into, to say, you can be going through the most in life. It's okay. Life happens. Life happens. It is what it is, honey. It is what it is. It is what it is. But now, if you're going to allow certain things, negativity in your life, if you're going to allow certain things to control your thoughts, yes, it's not always easy, but you train your mind. You get used to being positive. You get used to loving yourself more. You get used to caring for yourself more. You get used to doing those self-care, self-love moments, because when you constantly do that, what happens is that you allow yourself to really understand yourself. Because also we need to understand that we understand ourselves. We understand ourselves by constantly learning ourselves. That's why also you can never say you know a person. As much as you are still learning yourself now, you can never say you know a person. So every day is a constant reminder that you need to learn more about what's happening yourself and all that. So whatever that you don't allow in your life will not affect you. So what you allow, that is what will affect you. And if you allow negativity to come, it will affect you. Because it's like when you attract negativity, Just because you posted something on Twitter, on Facebook, or on Instagram, and then you got a nasty response from someone, if you allow that negative vibe, it will happen. And you will live your life in fear. Every time when you do something, that fear will haunt you at the back, because you're constantly thinking, oh, what if they comment in a bad way again? So if you allow that, you will attract that. But if you don't, and attract positive things, then that's how it's going to be. It's just a matter of choice. It's just a matter of choice. I'm slowly reading. I'm slow when it comes to reading comments. Or maybe I'm explaining way too long. There's a beautiful video done by Juliet and Bali about mental care. It's a must watch. Oh, that's super awesome, honey. Please do make sure that you send me that link so that I check it out. I'd love to watch it. Yes, the journal with the kids. Lovely. I like that too. Yes, that's what they are called. All right. No, I'll definitely check it out. I'll check it out. Pindi says, amongst other things, I'm also a mental health care activist. Oh, yes, Lord. We receive the real fam. We have, oh, I love that. I love that. This is beautiful. As part of our business, my husband and I have professional counseling, and we deal with mental health care and psychological aspect. Yo, my darling, this is beautiful. I'm so glad. This is super beautiful, and I love that. And I'll definitely take that into account. I'll tell you a story that happened. I'm sure you guys are aware that I have a foundation, Real Talk with Ntabi Foundation. So this other time, because remember last year I didn't do any campaigns in terms of donating sanitary towels and all that. So that, like, there was a year we went to Free State, and what happened in Free State is that there was this girl. So what we do in my foundation, we don't just donate sanitary towels. We donate, and then at the same time we engage. By the way, I don't just do it under my foundation. Sometimes I do it under my foundation only, but we have another team. It's called Sanitary Towels and Deodorants, which is another group that we have, and the people that I work with. So we do it together. So I don't want to point out, please know that it's not just me, unless of course I do it alone on my company, but it's always, both ways. So after donating sanitary towels and after motivating the kids, there was this young girl who was crying so hard, and I didn't want to leave before I could find out what was going on. And as we were talking, obviously engaging, other members of the campaign were like clearing things, like we are ready to go. And I was stuck to this girl who was crying as I was talking, and I was like, guys, I'm not gonna leave until I find out what is happening with this girl. And when I went to her, she said that I feel like you were speaking to me, because what's happening is that I stay with my mother and my younger brother, and my father is not staying with us anymore. Him and my mom have divorced, and my dad brings maintenance money and all that, but my mom takes that money and goes to drink and spends it with his boyfriends and all that. That's what that child was saying. And she said something that was shocking. And she said that I'm actually sleeping with all the men so that I can get money to take care of my younger brother. That was really painful. And you could see that she's breaking. She feels like she was not good. She was not right. And you can see that what she's doing, it's not what she wants. She felt dirty. She felt like, as I was having the conversation with her. So now I'm pointing this out because we had to really find her a psychologist. Well, but she was in what? Bloemfontein? Was it Bloemfontein? I think it was Bloemfontein or Polokwane, one of those two. And then we had to find someone at that side who can really, a psychologist, someone who can counsel her and help her to just get out of that situation. So you saying that you're a mental health activist is very helpful, and I'm hoping that all of us that are here, if we are aware that there's someone who needs, let's refer them to Pindi and her husband for that. We really need to help people. We really need to do what we can, because it's hectic out there. It's really hectic out there. They do journaling as a family. Oh, okay, that's nice. That is nice. They journal together. I'll check it out. So I've had the first-hand experience with people who do not look after themselves. They end up drowning because they put themselves last and everything and everyone first. I think I once been on that level, and I think that is something that happened to me for the longest time, because that's what I used to do. And yeah, I'm super glad that we're having this conversation, because we still have so much more. Sorry guys. I'm sorry for burping. Sorry. I'm so sorry. So we do have those people that are still going through all of that. I'm fortunate because as a public speaker and someone who can inspire, someone who can motivate, I'm also self-motivated. And I'm also able to be aware of things that can help me to be a better person, to really heal my soul and all of that. So, but of course, like I was saying earlier, there are times where I break, and I've been, I've consulted to get help and all of that, for it not to obviously escalate. So getting help is very important. I either talk to the people that I know that can help me. So it's very important. I really like this. This is something that we need to note. I hope that we are all noting that. So you have raised critical points regarding pause, reflect, journal, and taking action. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And, it really brought out so many topics or conversations around what's happening. And I think it's bringing out topics that are really important, that things that are happening that maybe people are not aware of, that people are not dealing with. So I'm loving that. Changes says the what will people say syndrome, yay, is a problem and an enemy of progress. Yes, girl, it's an enemy of progress. Abantu bazothini syndrome. What will people say syndrome? That is very important. That is like very, very dangerous. I have a video that I did. Let me not share it. You guys probably seen it. If you haven't, you can check it out. Abantu bazothini syndrome. People will not do anything for you. No one will do anything for you. A person will not do anything. You have people that love and care about you and all that. But worrying about what a person will say or do, or worrying about what people will say about your life. And I always say this. I think I've even mentioned this point when I did that video, to say, this what will people say syndrome, sometimes it is caused by you. Sometimes you are the cause of it. And I'm saying this because you will be wanting to do something, but you're thinking, what will Tenjiwe say? What will Sibu say? What will Pindi say? What will Trifina say? So that's basically what happens, is that you are worried about what others will say before, and no one can worry about you unless you make them worry, or you want to put them in your business. So it's that same thing, that your business is your business. It's no one else's business. So the minute you put people in your business, the minute you post a picture on Instagram, when you post it because you want to, post it because you like it, post it because you have a message to say, post it because it's what you want to do. But what you get in return should not change how you feel about that post, should not change how you actually look at that picture or look at yourself. Yes, I know that we take 100 pictures before we post on Instagram because we want to get the angle, the best angle and everything. But do that because you are doing it for you, not for someone else. Not because you're saying I want them to look I want people from social media to see me that I'm looking good or whatever. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. Because before you even thought of putting it out there, it means that you were thinking about it. It was for you. It shouldn't be about another person. So posting on the social platform is just a cherry on top. It's like after creating a YouTube video. After creating a YouTube video, you've posted it, you've published it, you sharing it to all platforms so that people can go watch it. You're obviously sharing the point of view that you have. So just because someone is gonna come and comment on your on that video and say what you're saying is nonsense or what you're saying is not right or disagreeing with you, doesn't mean it has to change your perspective. We all have different perspectives. And it's the same thing that engagement does not mean that you will always get people liking what you say. And it's okay. It's okay that people will not like everything that you say. Some will like what you say, some will not like it. It's okay. Understand that you move. All right, guys, we run out of time. I have to work. In psychology, journaling is highly encouraged when dealing with depression, anxiety, and stress. You have hit on the nail. You have hit the nail on the head, sis. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. No, that's super amazing. You see, we realize certain things that even in psychology, this is really important. So it means that what we are doing in terms of journaling is really great. And putting down your thoughts is very great. So even if you're going through the most, having to put it down is actually an advantage. So we are within, we are good, we are good. I'm here to remind you that posting on Instagram is not journaling. Okay. Noted, ma'am. Noted. Noted, Tenji. Noted. Noted. That is so true. That is super true. That is super true. That is super true. I wish we could have a conversation around this, but you have a point there. What does Sibu say? So true. People should stop journaling on social media. Hey, and that is so true. I think let's touch a little bit on this, guys, because I think that is where again we have a problem because people put their lives out there and expect maybe the world to feel pity for them or whatever and all that, and that is really a problem. That's why it's very important to be careful what you say on social media. So whether you have your life is going great and everything, there are certain things that you don't write, there are certain things that you don't put out there. Whether it's about you, whether it's about your business, whether it's about your family, like there are things that are just not meant to be on social media. There are things that are not meant to be on social media. And some people especially in terms, I think the biggest one is relationships. You don't have to put things out there when, I love pictures, I love posting. Every now and again, you would see me maybe posting a picture of me and my husband. It's okay. But if maybe we have problems or we fought, and then I go into Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and then start making funny posts or statuses, that really shows that hi, should be or things are bad at home. No, you don't do that. Even in business, I even had this conversation, even like just in general, you really have to be careful what you post on social media. And there's so much that can affect your social media. And also, even if, for example, social media, to be honest, like right now, social media, this is a conversation that I think we once had with my previous boss when I was working at this media industry. So what happened was this: they found this girl, they interviewed her, they loved her work and everything. They went to her Facebook, and there were things that were just not pleasant, and she was not hired because of that. And I know I'm not trying to digress, but actually I digress. Is that the word? I digress? No, I wasn't supposed to use that word. So basically what I'm saying is that this point is not directly relevant to this point, but it is relatable. Relatable in a sense that the stuff that you put, let's say you put negative stuff on your channel, not on your channel, on your statuses and everything, it has a way that reflects kind of bad, especially if you're gonna maybe applying, our social platforms are now our CVs now. Like, be rest assured, that's what happens. And yes, I know that your social media is your social media, and I understand that fully, but it's very important to understand what you post. Now, going back to the journaling on our social platforms, your business is your business. The world doesn't need to know that you have problems, or the world doesn't need to know that you just signed a deal that you're gonna buy a what car, what not. No, there are certain things that you don't talk about. Yes, share great memories, share positivity and all that, but you don't really need to tell the world everything about your life. No, you don't owe it to anyone. And the minute you start doing that, if you're gonna start and post things that really attract your audience, and then you start talking about, ooh, you know what, my my husband is doing this, my wife is doing this, my what is doing this, people will have interest, because now you are inviting them into your home, and you are putting out the skeletons in the home that this is what's happening and all that. If you do that, you are actually allowing them. So when they comment, you didn't feel bad or guilty that, hey, these people are saying 1, 2, 3. It's because you allowed them. You allowed them. So what should they do? You allowed them. So be careful what you say. Journaling and putting your heart out to the world. Truth and US, social media is not for journaling. Journaling involves introspection and inward reflection. Yes, it's more effective when you are in a secluded environment and become honest with yourself. I like that. This really, I think it really flows well with how we started. Pause, reflect, journal, and take action. It really flows. If you post your relationship, please don't get mad when we ask questions, because you make us your internet in-laws. We deserve to know. Exactly. You are so on point. You are so on point, because basically what this says is that if you, whatever that you post, it means that this is public, and you are saying like, comment, say whatever. So it's so true. And I believe that whatever that you post, you need to be accountable for it. So it means that what you are posting, you're confident enough that you're gonna be accountable to for that. But also, even with what you say, Tenji, I will also want to say this, to say, even if you, like, obviously people on the internet becomes the laws and feel like they deserve to know, you still don't owe them anything. You can just decide that I'm not gonna entertain that. And you can either decide to brush off or ignore those comments or whatever. Because often you get people that will try to poke you. There are those people that will try to poke you, try to just say things that are just not on point. And if you're going to allow that, there is a problem. So in this world, you owe no one anything, and nobody owes you anything. So Yeah, I like that. I like that. So the last part, where are we? The last part is taking action. Because we can talk all we want, guys. We can talk all we want, but taking action is important. And I think what we've shared or what we've engaged on really leads us to taking action. Like, for example, if you realize that, you know what, I've journaled this and I'm going through this, and this is something that is affecting me, you take action by going to an activist like Pindile to find help, to seek help if maybe you're going through, depression or something like that. If it's something that you journal based on your business or looking at the numbers, realizing that nothing is actually balancing in your business, you go out and really find an accountant and really find a solution towards that. If your sales are not doing great and all of that, you go back to see how you were doing things and you start now noting the things that you were not doing right and starting to do things better. That is now where actioning comes in. That is where actioning comes in. Good morning, Brenda. Mr. Oh, I missed it too, and I missed you. It's super great to be back. Trust me, I feel so great. I'm so happy to be back. I just couldn't wait to be here talking to you guys. It is amazing. It feels so good, having to know every morning that I'm going to do this. It feels so amazing. And because it's also something that I love doing, trust me, I'm super happy. And I'm sorry that you're joining in a little bit late, but I usually say this: it don't matter whether you come in the last minute or whatever. Listen, you are still on time. So we are on the last part on the topic. So these are the topics that we're talking about, Brenda. So pause, reflect, journal, and take action. So right now we are on taking action. Let me take action first by drinking water. Water is very important, and I realized something, that I've got breakouts on my face, and it's because I think my way of drinking water was just not great. So hence you see me with this. So now taking action, it really, I think, merges with each and everything that we're saying, because what you journal is something that you have to take note of and really put in the work. And I think taking action now, I really want us to look at the fact that the best time to take action is now. Be it in your business, be it in your health, be it in just about anything in your life. The best time is now. We often think that, putting things aside and going back to them later will actually be good, but it's really not the way. So it's important for all of us to really make sure that we take action and realize that time wasted never regains. Time wasted never regains. If you're going to waste the little time that you have now and not actually fix what you feel needs to be fixed in your life, if you're not going to do it, number one, no one is going to do it for you. Number two, nothing is going to change if you do not do anything. So you need to do something about it. And the fact that you were able to pause and reflect and put it in writing, it means that you can see that, okay, this is what's happening. And being honest with yourself is very important, guys. Honesty is very important. Honesty is very important. The other day, I was watching a podcast by Tembequayo. I think it's the second time I'm actually saying this. And that podcast, I think it was about mirrors and maps. And Tembequayo said, what will be the greatest thing for people to do is to really be honest with themselves, to be honest about what's happening in their lives, to be honest with what's happening in their finances. You just need to be honest, guys, because the one reason why things don't end up working out for us is because we live a fake life. We really don't live according to our means. We do things that we are not supposed to do because we think we want to fit in because it's right for other people, but we don't do it for ourselves. We are not being true to ourselves. And I refuse, I don't know about you, but I refuse to really live my life or live a lie. Live a life that is not really resonating well with whatever that I do in each and every day of my life. Being true to myself brings me so much joy and peace. And being able to be as authentic as possible and to just be real, it feels good. It feels good. I'm not saying that I'm a saint. I've never lied in my life. I've never, off-ramped or had wrong turns in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I'm human. I've been there. But I'm trying to be a better person. And I believe that you can only be a better person if you invest in you wanting to be a better person. And if you believe that you deserve to be a better person. And if you see the need or the importance of being a better person. So that's what we need to do. So taking action means you have to be very brutally honest. If you are sick and you feel like you are sick, you need help, go find help. If you are worried and you are stressed and you feel like this is just not going on, I can't really cope, go find help. If you are depressed and you have every sign possible about depression or anxiety, go and find help. Or if you have some kind of feeling that, or you are what you probably think that you have one of those, or you suspect that you might be feeling a certain way because of 1, 2, 3, or it might be affecting you, because you need to go out and find out. So there are people that are there to help. They're psychologists. Even if you have to even have a conversation with Pindi, as obviously she's a mental health care specialist or activist, you can consider having a conversation with her. It doesn't mean you even have to meet her face to face. You can even engage on a WhatsApp or on a Instagram or whatever, wherever you guys can connect for you to get help. So we really, really need to help ourselves before we can really say we help other people. And I think I will end this video by saying that you cannot fill other people's cup if yours is empty. There is no way that you're going to do that. So taking action means that you are fixing yourself first, and then you're fixing other things. If you are not fixed, if you are not filled up, if you are not charged up, you will not be able to do anything. So taking action means that you don't have to wait for tomorrow. You don't have to wait for September, and then you go like, oh wow, the year is almost done. Like, really? Are we already on September? Are we already on November? Oh my God, what did I do? I wanted to do 1, 2, 3. I didn't do it. Oh, you get my point. So the right time is now. Reflect now and journal that and be honest. Be honest with yourself that the New Year's resolution lists that you have put down from January the 1st, be honest with yourself if you didn't even do one of it. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I achieve this? What stopped me from achieving that? Be brutally honest with yourself. In that way, you will be able to do better. I think that's where I'll leave it. Let me read your comment. Pindi says, take action. I have realized that as humans, we generally have great ideas, big dreams, and notable systems, but we lack implementation and tenacity. We lack the drive and the push. I totally agree. Pindi, because honestly, this world has, the pie is big enough for all of us. Let me start there. The pie is big enough for all of us, but the fact that we lack implementation and tenacity. And I feel like, you know what, when you are driven and when you have that energy or that passion, you need to put in the work. And again, something about passion that we need to also realize, guys, is that passion does not always mean that you are born with passion and you are passionate and all that. Whatever that you do, you must also be willing to put passion on it. Please get that point. Whatever that you do, whatever that you set your mind into, you must be willing to put a bit of passion in it, more passion. So passion is not like, okay, I'm passionate about this. God will give me passion for something. He will show me what I'm passionate for. No. It doesn't happen like that. It don't happen like that, sweetie. It don't happen like that. Whatever that you do, if there's something that you've set your mind into or you can see that this is the path that I want to take, you must put passion into it. And lacking the drive, and I also want to really point out this thing that we really want things on a silver platter. And this is a conversation that we even had yesterday on Tenju's channel, to say, we really want the easy way out. We want things to just happen. We want that silver platter to be given to us just like this. Here you go, ma'am. Just like that. Just like that. And it doesn't have to be like that. It does not, it's not like that, guys. It's not supposed to be like that. You really need to understand. I'm not saying we must work as slaves. We must really work like we are slaves for our money or anything. You can work smart, but understand that if you put in the work, your work will speak for you. If you put in an action, your action will speak for you. If you keep pushing and you have the drive, that drive will speak for you. Your work, whatever that you do, what you do, it will show. I did not have an audience like you guys because I just chilled and then waited to get an audience. I put in the work. I am not connected with you because you were just there and then I happened to just come into your channel or come into your space if we know each other from different areas or whatever, if on our different areas of our expertise or whatever the case may be. It means that there was some kind of value that I got from you. So it means that there was action that was put. So if you're not going to put passion and apply and implement, is a problem. Because even if your idea, coming back to your point, when you said we have great ideas, big ideas. Idea is just an idea. But until you put action, that's when we are talking. If you're going to put in an action or implement, because remember, the process of planning as well is that you obviously, you have a start. I did business analytics, by the way, and I'm probably thinking of it in an analytics way and all that. I know that there are steps when you start. You must document. So let's relate this to what we did. So you must obviously, you must firstly identify the problem, right? Or identify whatever. Okay, probably is the problem, because normally, especially in business, you start a business because you have a problem to solve. So start with the problem, document the problem, start with the plan. And then once you started with the plan, come with the process, right? When you come with the process, after the process or whatever, you get to the implementation stage. That is now where the final stage comes in. Now you implement, you make things happen. So the process can allow certain, can be divided into many. Ooh, let me remove my charger, it's making noise. Processes can be divided into many sections. Like, for example, the design model, what the costing, the quality, like all of those things. And then when it comes to implementation, now that is when action is happening. So this goes back to what we were saying with the plan. I mean, the pausing, reflecting, journaling, and taking action. So it's somehow similar when you think about it. Because yes, we're talking of the business aspect, but if you look at it, there is so much similarity. So we really need to do that. So thank you so much for this point, Pindi. So I think we can end this here, guys. 5 minutes to go. I think we can end this in 5 minutes. We can really wrap up or do the takeaway and really say this. It's very important for us to take note that at the end of the day, there's action that needs to be taken. And I'm glad that action was put last, because after all has been said and done, action needs to take place. We can talk all we want. We can talk all we want, but if you're not going to act, then that is a problem. That is a problem. Talking is one thing. Putting in the work and taking action is another. So let's avoid just talking and not acting. And the best one, which I think is my number one, that I wish all of us here, whoever who's watching this, whether you're watching this after this life has ended, please take this note, know this, that being honest and true to yourself and what's happening in your life, it is very important. It is very crucial. Do not lie. Do not leave a lie. Stop lying, child. Stop lying to yourself. I mean, are you that bad that you lie to other people and you lie to yourself? Hi, man. You can do better. You can really do better. So stop lying to yourself. Be honest and really start looking at how you can do things. And I think, this gives me a topic that we can talk about tomorrow morning. And I think this topic should be about rebuilding. Rebuilding. Because I know that we have broken parts in our lives. We have bricks that have fallen. We have built foundations out of, obviously, not a stable foundation. I mean, we have built homes, build empires on a foundation that is not solid. So it's time to rebuild. So if it means you have to tear out every structure that was there, like Bona, if you get that Ganda to come and just destroy all of that and rebuild, starting afresh, it is okay. It is okay. Because what is the point of wanting to continue to make things happen? Just continue as if everything is normal. But you know very well that foundation is not solid. And that means that there is more danger. So wouldn't you rather stop everything and start again and rebuild so that you can build a proper structure? So that you can build a more solid and strong structure. Wouldn't you prefer that? Well, I for one would prefer that. So with that said, I think let's end it here, guys. It's been amazing, and I love and appreciate you, and I appreciate all the engagements. It has been amazing, and like I said, it's so good to be back. Welcome back. Back again. I really, really love this. Yes, speak, rebuild. Yes, queen. Yes, please. Yes, please. Tomorrow we are rebuilding. So for today, we'll just leave it here. But I'm super happy. Thank you all for your love and support and for being here. I actually spent it's 10 o'clock now and I have work to do. So If you're going to go and work, may you have a productive day. May everything that you set your mind into just be great. May you be productive. And yeah, Bon, may everything just flow. And yeah, I'm wishing you nothing but the best and have yourself an amazing day. I love you guys always. And yeah, until the next video, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. And of course, click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you've watched this until the end, I love and appreciate that, guys, because really, this means so much to me. It means that what I'm saying, it brings value, and what I'm saying makes sense. And also what I'm saying is also quite important. And what that means is that you are also helping me, because as a YouTuber, we need that watch time. We really need the watch time. And right now the algorithm is changing. There's just so much that is changing in terms of how long your videos should be and the engagements. It's just so much happening. So the more you watch this, the more it means so much to me, and the more it helps me to grow as well. So with that said, love you always and enjoy your day. Oh, we have a comment. Thank you so much, Sibu. I am also happy. I'm also happy. You can see me, honey. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy to be back. And I'm glad that this happened, because it was actually super amazing. We can see that, you know what, the Morning Glory deserves to be here because every episode is just super amazing things that happens. And that to me is just super amazing, because I believe that there's a bigger reason for the Morning Glory. I don't think the Morning Glory is just the Morning Glory, but I think the Morning Glory is here to transform and empower and transform lives, inspire. It's here to stay, and it's here to make wonders, and it's here to really turn things around. So love you guys. Let me love and love you. Mwah.